on this video, we're going to focus on outcomes and how you could get that without drawing a tree diagram, in other words, using the shortcut. Now, if you look at the tree diagram video, showing you how you basically draw a tree diagram to show you the sample space and to show you all the possible outcomes for a particular event that's happening. And this problem, and I showed you a little bit on that video of how you can find some shortcuts. This one, we're really going to focus on the shortcuts because some of these numbers on this video get very, 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 very big, and you don't have to sit there and draw a humongous tree diagram. That's going to take you all day and all night. So let's focus on the first one here. It says find the number of possible outcomes for each situation. So for this first one, you're randomly dialing a 7-digit phone number. So when you think of the different scenarios of how to set this up here, I always talk to my students through this problem because I get stuck on this. I say, when you go to dial a number on a phone, and we're not talking about all the numbers y'all have saved into your phone now. You just hit the name and the number pops up in a dial. But when you actually had to, dial numbers, in terms of not having everything saved. Back in the day when I was younger, you had to sit there and actually hit the numbers on the phone and do all the work with your fingers. Nowadays, everything on a cell phone, it lets you do everything for you. But all right, enough of my rant. Okay, so if you're actually dialing a number, it's not saved in your phone. When you go to dial that first digit, you have 10 possible choices. You could choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 0. Don't forget that number. So 10 possible choices there for the first digit. For the next digit, you have 10 possible choices again. You've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and also 0. That could be possible digits in that phone number. So that's going to be 10 choices again. Same thing for the third digit, 10 possible choices. For the fourth digit, 10 possible choices, same numbers. Fifth digit, 10 possible choices. Sixth digit, 10 possible choices. And then the seventh digit, 10 possible choices. So if you're dialing a 7-digit phone number, you can choose 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for each one of these digits here. So when you go back in, instead of having to draw this humongous tree diagram here, you're going to go back in and just multiply these numbers here. So you multiply all these numbers over here, you're going to get this whopping number. 10 million. This is what I'm talking about. Sometimes this shortcut is going to come in handy because I don't think anybody wants to draw a tree diagram that's going to have 10 million possible outcomes. All right, look at this next one here. You're going to choose one of each 5 English classes, 4 history classes, 5 math classes, and 3 physical education classes or PE classes. So this one's a little bit easier here when it comes to figuring out how many possible outcomes you have. You have 5 possible English classes, 4 history classes, 5 math classes, and then the 3 PE classes. So basically you're just multiplying the different choices for each one of the categories being the subjects. When you multiply this out, you get 300 possible choices there. So not as big as our last problem, but again, you're not trying to draw a tree diagram for 300 possible outcomes. So use this shortcut to help you out. It stuns me every time I get to this problem in class each year. It says one card each is drawn from 4 different standard decks of cards, and people always say, I don't know how many cards are in a deck of cards. I mean, put down the Xbox and start playing, cards like I did back in the day. And we would play spades all the time. Everybody nowadays wants to play PlayStations and Xbox and all this stuff, but you just have decks of cards out there that have awesome games you can play with those too. So when it comes to deck of cards, you always have 52 cards in the deck. So that's what it means by standard deck of cards, and have any sort of special cards, jokers, stuff like that. So if you're drawing a card from each one of those standard decks, so when you first pull out a card, you have 52 possible choices out of that first deck, 52 choices out of the second deck, same thing out of the third deck, and then again 52 choices for the fourth deck. So if you multiply all those together, another big, huge number, 7,311,616. Like I said, the shortcut comes in handy. Nobody's trying to draw a tree diagram that's that big. All right, number 4. So you got these running shoes trying to buy. And so kind of like the special features could be extra stability or extra cushioning. And then 4 different manufacturers. You got your Nike, your Reebok, your Adidas, Puma. I don't know what other shoe brands are out there really that y'all wear in terms of tennis shoes, but those are the ones I guess that I'm familiar with. So in terms of your special pieces you can get to them, I guess I can't remember why I said a minute ago, the extra pieces you can get, the stability and the cushioning, You've got 2 possible choices there. And then 4 different manufacturers, like we talked about the brands. So that determines your amount of outcomes here. Multiply that to get 8 for your answer. Now, I'm going to let you focus on trying some of the other problems. Let you pause. And let me give you a hint though first. When you're doing 5, 6, and then also 11 and 12, those are types of problems. So 5, 6, 11, and 12 are the types of problems that what we just did, you can use a shortcut for. I'm not trying to draw tree diagrams. This other one here, that's why I like this worksheet. These other ones here, so 7, 8, 9, and 10, are getting back into some stuff that we've done on other videos where you're finding basic probability, particularly 7 and 8, that's just basic probability. And then 9 and 10 is getting back into where you're multiplying probabilities by each other to find out what the final answer would be. In other words, a fraction times a fraction will give you that answer. So take a second and try 5 through 12, noticing once again that 5, 6, 11, and 12 are like we've already done up here. And then 7 through 10 is a mixture of stuff we've already done in other videos. So take a second, pause this, try that, and we'll see how you did. Alright, so we'll come back in and see how you did on this. So notice, you see we've got, with this situation here, we had the 2 times the 2 times 3, so you had basically 2 types here with the wool and the fleece, 2 types here with the zipper and the crew neck, and then 3 possible colors, you get 12 for your answer. Down here you had 4 choices, so red, green, blue, or yellow, and then you had, let's see, another 4 choices here, so right foot, right hand, left hand, and you got 16 when you multiply that. And then jumping out here to 11 and 12, you had 6 choices of fruit, 4 choices of milk, 3 choices for the sizes, multiply that to get 72. Down here for the monograms, you got 2 sizes, 5 styles, and 3 borders, so you multiply those to get 30. And these are the ones that we have kind of already talked about in other videos here. So number cube is roll, you want something, let's see what it says, rolling a 4 or lower, so that 1, 2, 3, or 4 would make you happy. So 4 choices out of 6, which is 2/3. And this time you want 5 or higher, so you choose the 5 or the 6, so 2 out of 6, which will be 1/3. And over here, this time it's an 8-sided die, so you're trying to get an even number, so you can land on the, let's see, the 2, 4, 6, or 8, 4 out of 8, which could be reduced to 1/2 like I did here. And then you flip a coin and try to get heads, so 1/2. So you could do this, or you could do this. Either way, you get 1/4. If you did this here, you just have to reduce it again. And then finally here, standard deck of cards, you want to get heads. So we already saw probably getting heads is 1/2, same thing we had in the previous problem. And then you want to choose a heart. It's another thing, a lot of times the students will say, I don't know how many hearts are in the deck of cards. It's 13, y'all. 13 spades, 13 hearts, 13 diamonds, 13 clubs. So 13 out of 52 actually can be reduced down to 1/4. So you multiply these and get 1/8 for that answer. So most of this paper was focusing on the shortcut again for the tree diagrams with a little bit of review, some other stuff that you've seen. All right, see you.